All right. So today, 10/5/21. Our objective today is going to be factoring with a leading coefficient. Fancy words. Fancy words. No, these are the notes. So, this is our leading coefficient. It's in the lead, and a coefficient's just a number. So it's any number in front of the x squared. So today's factoring is going to have a number in front of the x squared. Example 1, example 2, example 3 all have numbers in front of the x squared. It makes it a little bit more difficult because for sure when I take a look at 5, multiples of 5 are not going to make a 7. But again, with the help of the 2, we're going to get the 7. So to start off with, I have the answer. This is the answer to this one, and let me show you why. So I'm just going to multiply like I did on our warm-up. I'm going to go 2x times x is a 2x squared. 2x times 5 is a positive 10x. A 1 times x is a 1x. And a 1 times a 5 is a 5. So all I'm doing on number 1 is just multiply. I'm doing the FOIL. I notice that the two middle terms are the same, so I'm going to add these. I've got a 10x and a 1x. So my answer would be a 2x squared plus an 11x plus a 5. Okay? So I didn't factor. I did not factor. I just multiplied. Okay? I did not factor. I just multiplied. But if I want to factor this problem, it would be rewritten in a way that would look like this. So I know, because I just multiplied it out, that the answer to the factor is this. Okay, I'll say it again. I just did it, right? Just multiplied it out. So I know the answer, the factoring answer, has to be the original question. So sure enough, if I have to factor this one, factoring is like making it into factors. So I'm going to look at it. So first of all, I do know the only way I can make a 2x squared, only way, here and here, 2x and x. You guys agree with that? Only way you can make a 2x squared, 2x and x. Everybody agree with that? Thumbs up? So I'm going to go 2x and x because that makes my 2x squared, right? And the only way I can make a 5, what times what makes 5, is a 5 and a 1. Now I know from here that the 5 has to go there, and the 1 has to go there. Okay? Has to be, because 5 and 1 are 1 and 5. Is it 5 and 1, or is it 1 and 5? Well, I know from here it has to be 1 and 5. So I'm going to go plus 1 and plus 5. Now here's something I want you to do. You need to check. You need to check. And the check is easy. I call it the double smiley. Okay, I call it the double smiley. You can call it whatever you want, but I call it the double smiley. Here's my check. 2x times 5x makes it 10x, right? Here's just my check. I have to check it. That's a 10x. 1 times x is a 1x. Together they make the 11. This works, so I know I have the right answer. If my double smiley works, makes the middle term, I have the right answer. All right, good. So I'm just going to circle that as my answer, okay? Now, example 2 looks almost the same, except for it's got a different middle term, doesn't it? So let's factor again. So a little bit of today is guess and check. A little bit of it is. I didn't give you hard problems. I gave you pretty easy ones. Okay, again, how do I make a 2x squared? What times what makes 2x squared? 2x and x. We agree with that? Okay. What times what makes 5? 1 and 5. Now, this time, instead of the 1 and 5 here, I don't want to make 11, do I? So the 1 and 5 here, I'm going to go 5 and 1 like this. Where's the 7? That's where you do your double smiley. Check. This is your check. Can you see the 7 already?
Yeah.
Okay, so some kids don't need to do the double smiley because they can already see it, right, Jacob? But some kids need to check. So the double smiley, 2x and 1 makes a 2x, 5 and x makes a 5x, and together they do make a 7 if I go plus and plus. That is my answer. How am I doing, okay? Today's lesson takes a little bit longer because you have to do a little bit of guess and check. So example 3, all right, the same thing. So let's start with the easy part. How do you make 3x squared? What times what makes 3x squared? 3x and x. We agree with that? 3x and x, so 3x and x. And how do you make the negative 2? Well, we know if it's a negative 2, it's going to be a plus and a minus. Everybody agree? It's got to be plus and minus. It has to be plus and minus to make a negative 2. So what times what makes negative 2? What times what makes negative 2? Negative 2 and positive 1. Okay, so negative 2 and positive 1. Okay? Is this right?
Are they all going to have 1 in them?
No, but I chose easy ones to start off with. Does that make sense? I'm going to change the numbers when we turn the back. Is this correct? This one's actually not right. How do I know it's not right? Molly, you already saw it, didn't you? This one's not right. Why am I saying this is not the right answer? Well, we do our double smiley. 3x times x is a 3x times 1 is a 3x. And negative 2, I get a negative 2x. Does that make a negative 1x? How can we fix it? How can we fix it? What if that's a positive and that's a negative? What if that's a positive and that's a negative? Would that do it? So let's find it. Let's check it out. Okay, so I'm going to try and change my problem a little bit. So I'm going to make that a positive and that a negative. Now let's see. Will that work? We check our double smiley, right? We get a 2x and negative 3x. That will make a negative 1x. We have the right answer. So sometimes, if we guess and check it doesn't work, we do it again. Okay? Thumbs up. I'm hoping that you're going to get good enough at this that you can see it right off the bat and put it down. Okay? Example 4. What are we going to do? Okay, again. What times what makes 5x squared? What times what makes a 5x squared? 5x and an x. What times what makes a negative 3? Now, it's going to be a positive and a negative, right? We've got to do a positive 3, negative 1, okay? Now, Molly sees it all right. Ready? So, you said positive 3, negative 1. Good job, Molly. So Molly guessed correctly right off that. How do I know that she's right? How do we know if she's right? How do we check it? What's our check? How do we check? And she is correct. How do we check it? Double smiley, right? So we can check to see if she's right. We have a negative 5x and a positive 3x, which makes the negative 2. Nice job, Molly. Now, if it doesn't check out, sometimes you change the signs, sometimes you switch the numbers. That makes sense? Okay, guys, ready to turn the page? Not too bad. Thumbs up. Okay, good. All right, now, Alonzo, this is one that you asked, okay? It's a good question. So, with the 6x squared, there's two ways. 2x, 3x, or 6x and 1, right? What do you want to try? Okay, 6 and 1, 6x, 1x. What times what makes a 5? 5 times 1. So are we right? I'm going to get an 11. You guys see the 11? So, Luke, thank you for volunteering. 6 and 1 doesn't work. What else do you want to try? Let's try 2 and 3. Okay, let's try 2 and 3. Let's go at 2x and a 3x, okay? Okay, so I get a 15 and a 2. Not quite, but I'm going to switch these around and try a 1 and a 5 like this. Let's see how that works. Is that going to work?
Yeah.
That does work, doesn't it? Plus and plus, because I do my double smiley, 10x, 3x. So these aren't very easy, but I don't put a lot of these on my tests because they take time, right? Yeah, Luke? Question? Yeah.
Like this, 13x2. 5 and 1. Just 7 and 6.
Come on. What am I missing? Oh, it's 11.
Is it?
Yeah, that's 5. 5 times 1 is 5. Right. And 6 times 1 is 6. Okay, good. But good that you're thinking. I like that. Okay, number 6. All right, same thing. So you got a choice. 15 and 1 or 5 and 3. What do you want to try? You got a choice. 5 and 3?
5 and 3.
Jacob says 5 and 3. A little hint, if this middle number is really, really big, then I use extreme numbers. Does that make sense? Because it'd be multiplied by big numbers, right?
Okay.
So 5x, 3x, negative 3. What times what makes negative 3? Negative 3, positive 1. Is that right? It is so close. Was that Fernando who suggested that one? It's so close. Why is it so close? Okay, we get a 5x. Do you see the 5x? And you get a negative 9x. So you get a 5x and a negative 9. What do we have to do to make the 4, the positive 4? Positive negative. See how that works? So let's change that to a positive, and that one to a negative. And it works. Then you get positive 9, 5x. Okay? Now, these next two, we're not going to let them trick us. We have a leading coefficient, don't we? But we can make this problem easier. Because 2 goes into all three numbers, doesn't it? You see that? So I'm going to take out the 2. Remember how we talked about common factoring? If I take out the 2, if I notice that all three numbers can be divided by the same number, I take it out and it makes the problem smaller. X squared plus 7x plus 12. So when I see that 2 divides into all three, I take it out, and then this is what we did yesterday, right? What would you do to finish this up? I would go x plus 4, x plus 3. You guys agree with that? Example 7. What do you see to make the problem easier? What do you see to make the problem easier? They're all divisible by 2. So I will take out my 2, and let's see what we get. 6x squared minus 11x minus 10, right? Now I'm going to have to do it, but it's smaller numbers, right? Smaller numbers. So I keep the 2 there, and then how do I make a 6x squared? 3x, 2x. How do I make a 10? Probably 5 and 2. And I think if I put the 5 here and the 2 here, see if I'll get an 11. You guys see how you can get 11? I need a negative 11. Nice job. Who said that? Good. Good. Totally right. Don't forget the 2 is still part of the problem because we took the 2 out. Okay, now, today's homework, I made it up last night. I took